All right, Mom and Dad, listen up. You may be putting your own credit score at risk when you co-sign on a loan for your adult children. According to a new report, 2 in 3 millennials relied on Mom and Dad as a co-signer for things like home loans. But should parents be doing this? Joining me now, real estate expert Kendra Todd. Kendra, great to have you back on the show. Thanks for coming on. Is this a good idea? Should Mom and Dad be co-signing?
Well, I think it really depends on the circumstance. What parents need to really consider is the fact that they are equally obligated to pay that debt along with their child. And it's very common to see a parent co-sign, for example, on a car loan. But we're talking about a house. So they have to consider the fact that if their child is late on a mortgage payment or skips a mortgage payment, their credit score is going to be affected. And that's not really ideal if you're inching towards retirement.
Absolutely not. And, you know, what I don't understand is why aren't kids doing this on their own? Now, look, I know that, you know, prices have gone up in a lot of markets and houses are expensive and it may be difficult to get that down payment together, but maybe Mom and Dad help with that, but not helping them get the loan. Why are they doing this?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of instances where it actually makes sense, and there really is a trend in the market. For example, we have a situation right now where we do have a client whose parents are co-signing on the loan, but she's in nursing school, she's getting ready to graduate, and a year from now, she's guaranteed a very high-paying job. So the thing about it is young professionals are attracted to this opportunity because if you don't have at least 2 years work experience, none of your income counts. So parents who know that their children are fiscally responsible are going to have a high-paying job soon, or, you know, they're in dental school, they're going to be a lawyer or a doctor, it may make sense. The other situation where it makes sense is actually parents who are purchasing a home for a child that has a disability, or if you want to purchase a home for your aging parents. You know, those are other instances where co-signing or even signing on their behalf really does make a lot of sense.
So tell me, Kendra, what's the TikTok, okay, for Mom and Dad who sign? Let's say little Joey gets a little carried away at the shopping mall, can't make the mortgage this month. How soon do Mom and Dad get called in? How long does it take?
Yeah. Well, if you have one 30-day late on your mortgage payment, everybody's credit gets dinged. So, I mean, it's something where a parent is really going to have to know that their child is responsible, that they can afford to make those payments, and that they'll come to them if they can't, because it can have a negative impact on everyone's credit history. And, you know, I've seen the situation actually in reverse, where the parents ruin the child's credit. So it's not a one-way street here. Yeah.
Goodness. Well, I wanted to show some other facts from this experience study because it's actually pretty interesting. 32% made payments when the child couldn't. 7% took on 100% of the debt. 17% didn't know right away the kid was in trouble, and you know that's true, right? Does Junior call from across the town or across the country and say, uh-oh, I'm having a little trouble here? And finally, 12% suffered dented credit scores, as you were describing. This is not just maybe bad money management. This is also bad family management, in my view. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. Like I said, it really is it's a judgment call, but it's a decision that I would think very carefully about if I were a parent. And, you know, I do talk to a lot of millennials who we work with, and they do consider this idea. And a lot of them say, you know what, I want to stand on my own 2 feet. I don't want to ask Mom and Dad for help. And a few years ago during the mortgage crisis, this wasn't even an option. I mean, you couldn't even go down this path. I think that if you want to buy a home, it's important to be in a position where you can afford to qualify for the mortgage.
Words of wisdom from Kendra Todd. Thank you for coming on. Great to see you. Appreciate your time.
Likewise.
And we'll be right back with my 2 cents more and the answer to our question of the day.